go to the first Morris Blessing you can get your hands on, Salvation Potent, by solving the puzzle. The question is, can they win out that first fight? Because they're up against TE. Leo's already been able to find himself a grey dagger and a blue longsword coming on in with the dagger dashes, trying to find any form of damage possible as the uppercut looks to find a confirmation, and already Alliance's lane has gone down. Leo, with that golden focus, will be able to find all of the damage and scaling necessary as well to keep the pressure up onto Alliance's remaining players. The charged LMB on that dagger doing so much work to keep Bo at arm's length so that Leo, YD rather, can come in with the spear light attack stagger confirmation. And that is not the start to the match that Alliance wanted, Jake. Even worse, Bauda have taken over Alliance in terms of standings. So if we go to game 8 and neither Bauda or Alliance or any of the teams that are match point eligible are able to walk away with MVP, it goes down to most amount of points picked up in the day, which means they would go to Bauda at this current date.
That is really, really rough there for Alliance, but you know, they still had the revives. That was their one fumble they were allowed to make at the beginning of the game. Their one fumble they were allowed to make, really, in general. But a very, very rough start for this game to Alliance, and getting taken out by TE, the MVPs of the previous game, a team who have jumped up from 11th into 5th place and are beelining for that match point spot. As OUG, I mean, Shale. I don't know what to say, man. Like, why are they picking it? I really don't understand what OUG are cooking on this one, but it ain't it, Chief. It ain't it. Bauda having a quiet start to this game themselves. Haven't actually found any action. Have got themselves a couple of blue armors, but a little bit undergeared other than these purple dual swords onto Iran. But remember, for Bauda, the pressure's on. For Alliance, the pressure's on. For JL, just need to get one kill. As long as they get one kill, it doesn't actually matter where they place. I mean, technically it does, because like you said, at the end, if we don't have someone take an MVP by 8th game, then it comes down to points. So then at that point, it does matter. But realistically, all they need is just that 1 point as GG get themselves on the board here with a kill. It's going to be their 5th one of this game, and they're having an absolutely tremendous start to the game. Looking to finish up a couple of members. Able to take down Wu Xin, picking a kill up onto him, and that is the last member of DRG, WFZ, pinned up against the wall with the spears, with the range, with the parry. Easy finish up there for the side of GG. They're able to pick up 3-3-0, get him back into this game. An amazing start for GG, 7 kills in, and they are now only 6 points off that top spot.
Well, Alliance head into Ruins. They ring the bell to see whether or not there's a team around them. They're about to run to GG.
Yeah, they know they're here.
They don't have the Wuchen teleport.
Oh!
Lane's gonna go in, commits. Bo also commits the Tessa V1. GG throw in their own. CGS does get enchanted. Bo comes in with the first charge on that RMB on Pole Sword. But so much damage there, but Revenge goes down. No! Alliance without the Wuchen to teleport. They lose lane. Bo's about to try and take down the 1 versus 3, but he is so low. It only has a Pole Sword, and it's just a weapon that struggles in that engagement. And Alliance are knocked out of the lobby. Not like this. Bauda still sitting on 0 kills, but GG never count this team out when it comes to Holoroth matches. They've already been able to find their 10th kill. They're on the same composition Alliance had as well. Like, this is the way the composition was meant to be played, but Alliance losing that first fight just meant that they did not have any of the gear or confidence to be able to take some of those fights afterwards. They took a fight before that Wuchen was ready to find that teleport, and unfortunately, it cost them.
Yeah, I mean, Alliance are now looking at game 7 if they want to win. It feels like they've kind of run out of steam, run out of energy towards the end of the day. Bauda playing it very safe now. Playing it very, very safe. But they need
Alliance
to get some
can
kills.
Only watch.
They can
Alliance
only
can
watch.
literally only watch and see if Bauda get knocked out of this lobby, because I'm pretty sure Bauda still have their revives as well.
Yeah, Bauda haven't done anything. They're just chilling up at Imperial, grabbing gear and getting themselves set up. I expect to see them just jump into a run with Yang. JL, again, so close. They just need 1 kill. If they can be the team to deny Bauda as well, that is such a best case scenario for them. They can knock them out.
The good news for Alliance, though, is that GG are on the road to become MVP. Like, they've already got 10 kills.
True. true.
Because Bauder is still in this lobby, but if GG take the MVP, it doesn't matter that Bauder are ahead of them in terms of standings. Like, the games continue. We go to game 7, Alliance get a second chance.
Well, right now, OEG are hunting wolves here off by the outside of City of Tang. OEG been very, very absent today. Really not been their day at all. Are going to use this Zai comp to some pretty good success here, able to get themselves 1 kill. Remember, they have used their revive, so if the King goes down here, if OEG go down here, this could be really, really rough for them. The burn is on the King there from that jump and re-engage there from Zem. Zem gets a massive turnaround. Oh, OUG are melted, and they are eliminated from the day. Wolves, what a beautiful turnaround.
That looked like it was sedated soul proccing into knockback with Gem following up on Pole Sword. Oh, that was spicy. As Tina moving into City of Tang. Did they see the ultimates that just got invested? They've got ultimates themselves. I think they have more than enough confidence to be able to try and take this fight, especially since LYD has the entire rage generated from the Tessa, so we'll have 2 ultimates to throw out. They've solved Salvation Podium too. Remember, T and Alliance were scrapping over that particular spacing. They both dropped plumed. One of them wanted to win that fight and kite down to Podium to be able to fix that one up, and it is actually going to be TE who, with the composition and same game plan that Alliance had, were able to win that first fight, secure themselves that legendary weapon, the only legendary weapon that you can have this early on, as now they can take the fight. Drop a Bane's Wrath on top of City of Tang too, really putting pressure on the space that Wolves have access to in this fight. There's OID with that hang sword. Looks to try and find an isolated target. Tries to bait the Zai into taking the fight. Does take a little bit of poke pressure. Scale rushes back into his Bane's Breath. Spots out that he was a little bit too far away from the rest of his team for them to be able to follow up and peel if Gem was able to find that lockdown. As the Efri having been burned out, Gem has to just rotate. Use the ultimate in that engagement too to make sure that TE just turned the other cheek and ran the other direction, as you get to see Bauda, the one team that Alliance is definitely going to be watching with bated breath to see whether or not they can actually convert this composition into an MVP take. Realm of Yang start to spawn on up as Bauda go for a little bit of shopping before thinking about potentially putting themselves into one of those portals.
Bauda definitely playing this game, I'd say, a little bit too patient. GG having 10 kills is already a scary factor for them. It can be a great game, but second isn't enough. It has to be a first place for Bauda if they want to win it here and now. Otherwise, it's going back to game 7, and at which point DE have a chance to win. GG, honestly, off the game they're having, probably will be on MVP points as well. Alliance will be back in the game. There's be so many people contesting you for that MVP in game number 7. Like I said earlier, every game you wait makes it even harder to win because someone else is then in contest on a match point. More and more people start to stack up now. JDG versus Bauda inside this realm of Yang. JJH versus DRG over in their one, but we're going to focus up here. Yaran, ultimate ready and waiting, is going to get caught out in the middle of the sky. Has got their F. Going to throw it out just to buy a bit of space, but not really going to get too much off here. Comes in for the ult. Out in the air, looking, chasing onto Keck. Keck needs to dodge away on these swords, but Yaran's did a good job of chasing onto them. There's the stagger. They're going to re-engage in. They're just trying to finish the zip up, trying to get the healing off onto them before they can get too much healing back, before they can get away. Yaran now getting absolutely eviscerated by 2-Tick, though, with the chain scythe doing so much work. As that is going to be Bauda losing a player, but they are able to trade out, taking down the zips. So suddenly 2-Tick is a lot more exposed, a lot more easy to pick off as Bauda's peak in the transform, just going to try and keep the pressure out. Jing losing a lot of HP on that mech, though, will be going down fairly soon. And JDG just playing evasion right now, waiting this one out. 2-Tick being staggered up, does have that F coming up fairly soon, and will be able to re-engage onto it as Bauda putting in some damage onto these players, coming in for the slam onto 2-Tick. 2-Tick still alive. Peak's about to lose that form, though. 2-Tick breaking away, heals up somewhat. They're able to get some damage down. This is going to be a 1 versus 2. The slam, the burn. Peak not going to be able to survive this one. JDG secure the win inside the realm of Yang.
Well, another win for the Zai, Ziping, and Matari coming on through. The reason why we saw that Yodo throw out the golden focus on the F was because they identified that the Zai was directly below them and the Yoda was going to fall directly into that V2. So she threw out the second frame of the F2 to be able to instantly go into the ultimate and just stay directly above the Zai, out of range of that V2, and keep pressure on the Zip to try and force that Zip ultimate as quickly as possible. Unfortunately, they just were not able to find the kills until those ultimates started burning on out and they lost the Yoda in the process. And unfortunately, that meant that they just did not have enough damage nor zoning capability either, with Yodo and that F2 being so good at being able to just buy yourself a little bit of safety, throwing it out to act as peel and make sure that your teammates who are pretty low can have the room to be able to disengage the fight, dip below behind one of the pillars rather, and get maybe a little bit of heal off. But unfortunately for them, that just was not properly allowed, as BBE now putting themselves back into the mix. Bowder scouting out, sticking around in spirit form, wanting a lay of the land before they properly commit on to this. Trying to see if BBE are going to be the only teams over towards Lake that use the Soul Altar before Bowder decides to commit the revive. This is going to be their last chance. This is a game that needs to go Bowder's way. Alliance going out early, yes, is brilliant news for them in terms of not having to worry about Alliance taking the MVP and ending the day early. But the fact that GG have already got 10 kills means that for Bowder, there's two things that they need to have work for them now. They need to try and get this MVP, but they also need to put enough points together that they can make the fact that Alliance being out and stuck as a result at only 88 points, they can use this game to keep widening the distance between themselves and the team in second place. So if it does go the distance, if it does go to game 8, they have a comfortable lead and are able to win with overall highest score of the day instead. They choose the soldier and plumes. Yeah, they are going to struggle
right now. They spent a long time finding a position where they're going to revive, so they only have 2 minutes to get these kills.
It's not a good position either, to be honest.
No one
like
about.
Plumed is one of the worst locations at being able to actually confirm these kills because of the space and terrain that just allows so many of these teams to be able to scale rush. In fact, it's one of the places that players kite to when they're low and are looking to break the ankles and use the terrain with a dagger or a fan in the back pocket and just chain those scale rushes and escape the notice and slip away from a team that is after them, as JJH, unfortunately having no choice but to stick into this fight, cannot slip away. They have that Yang depletion. They're down to almost a minute. Chi-Lui with that Takeda ultimate still has 3 shoves left. The Karumi making sure to keep everyone healed back up, but they're against a just as sustainable team. And you can see that Karumi Tava just making it so much harder for any of this damage to be able to stick onto any of these players. Louis goes for the double jump to be able to avoid the damage coming through from Snap, coming back down to the ground with a charged vertical on the halberd. Takes 1-2 hits from that fan as Yiran with the charged vertical on the pulsar drops from the sky and full sends it into BBE's Roy He was not expecting that one, and Pete gets to play off of the stagger set up by the Yoda with that staff to be able to confirm the kill onto the Takeda. And now it's just going to be Bowder cleaning up the last of these players. Third partying in onto both BBE and JJH, and that is 5 kills picked up in one fell swoop for Bowder, and crucially for them, a second chance at survival. They get the soul blooms necessary. They get to absorb all of the loot that was left behind by those two teams as well. And even though they lost that Realm of Yang, scaling for Cannonball composition is now going to be in full swing.
Absolutely. 15 minutes left on that clock. More Realm of Yang action spawning up nice and soon as well. So expect to see some action over there. GG. Been having a very, very good game for themselves. Right now, dead center. I think they're actually avoiding the Realm of Yang and just going straight for this Mora's Blessing, trying to play the slightly safer option. The problem they have is everybody's closing in on them. So they're going to be pretty pincered by both TE and JL. Bowder still desperately trying to chase some kills. I think they've actually got some cleanses off, actually. I'm pretty sure I didn't see a debuff on them there.
Yeah, they got the kills. They third-partied JJH and BBE.
Oh,
remember?
Yeah, brain fart.
And then they got all of the kills. And all
the thing we just watched, right? Yeah.
It's okay, my brain is functioning. It's been a long day.
It's actually just been a normal length day so far. It's not a long day till the next game, which is, I am 90% sure is happening. I think this would have to be a bloody miracle from Bowder to win it here. If
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
well,
be
we'll
real with you.
see. GG, their strategies and claims over Morris Blessings are known over on Holroth, and the reason why they're headed like over there is probably to see if they can pick the hands not on the buff that's inside, but if there's a flamer that's inside. Like, crucially, all of these teams, when Cannonball is in play, they want the flamers to be able to put pressure onto the Farrier and stop the Yodas from just putting themselves into the V3 Farrier mech drop to be able to fully reset once their ultimate has gone through.
Absolutely. Well, KLA going to be going up versus JDG here inside this realm. Yang QGG, nice and aerial, has the ultimate ready to pop. Gonna hold it for now. Hasn't actually used it yet. Got that F lined up over the shoulder. 2-tick goes, gets himself a nice bit of damage off. They immediately throw 2 players onto 2-tick, but the staff and the range on that Soul Jade, QGG is going to get staggered and knocked back briefly. Now he pops the ultimate, gets the shove back for the moment. Armor ultimate coming in from the Karumi to make sure QGG is not under any real threat here. Still got 1 charge left on that ultimate. 1 more F to come out. There it is. About to get his F back up as well, so he will get that lined up and ready to throw down. Not back momentarily. F has been popped, so he's got it set up to use as he's going to jump in onto 2-tick, trying to catch him out. 2-tick dodging away with the staff, knowing that F is still up and available. Is about to go on cooldown here momentarily as ZDI gets some damage off onto QGG. QGG with a fan. Going to be able to finish up ZDI here nice and easily. 2-tick slams in, though, with the Zai, so he's got that burn ticking away onto him, and JDG have been able to trade out, so it's all 2 versus 2 in this next stage. Now, coming in onto Keck, keeps him up with the aerial, able to finish up the next kill, and that's going to be the end of 2-tick. KLA played that very, very well, actually.
Love a little grapple bump into charge vertical as well from QGG.
Yeah, very lovely.
For a second, I thought we were going to get treated to the fan infinite, and I was like, no, this is trios. That's probably going to get interrupted. So you just full send 1 grapple into charge vertical. Oh, this is really unfortunate for GG. GG have already lost 1 of their players. They got griefed when the Realm of Yang was going down. Wolves got a kill onto 1 of them when they went for that Morris Blessing. Like I said, GG's strategies around the Morris Blessings are known and predicted inside NBPL. And this is really dangerous for Alliance because GG are the team that could stop Bowder from getting MVP this game. And GG are only down to 1 player and they've been spotted out. CJS with the Dragon-like might is going to try and live as long as possible, but it's a 3 versus 1. And WFC is hot on the heels of the Tesla with halberds of their own to be able to keep up the pace. And that's it. GG are knocked out of the lobby. They are fully eliminated. Bowder with 5 kills could potentially steal the day in its entirety. It now falls down to teams like Wolves, JDG, and KLA to stop and prevent Bowder with the Cannonball composition from picking up MVP. Otherwise, Alliance can do absolutely nothing but watch as what should have been that win is given to another team. As we can have a look inside that second Realm of Yang and see exactly how this fight went down. KLA's QGG with that purple fan just sitting and throwing those verticals as long as he possibly can. Scale rushes onto BBE's Roy Hehe with the 1-2 like confirm to set up for his Karumi. Cuckoo getting so much follow-up damage on the stagger set in place by the Takeda. The charge vertical setting up the next Fury and shove coming through from QGG as well. And KLA are able to take a win inside the Realm of Yang with such good mechanical play off of the Takeda setup. You love to see it.
Yeah, really lovely stuff there. 10 minutes left in this game. 6 teams and 18 players in this one. Still anybody's to take. JDG with that Realm of Yang debuff. Looking for something they can cleanse on, but struggling to find anybody. Bowder are in the area. Bowder not gonna jump. Not gonna try and finish them up. Here's JDG. Moving near where GG's Karens are, but I'm assuming they're not going to have any Soul Blooms in them at this point. So 2-tick desperately just trying to get some points put together, well, some healing put together so they can cleanse their team. Gonna ring the bell?
It's the bell kite. They're kiting towards all of the bells to ring them and get a better read on the players around them.
Well, Wolves are here.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good for Alliance at all. Wolves are one of the teams that can contest the MVP this round.
Yeah, well, it depends if Wolves win this fight or not. They've got 2 people in hiding in the bushes. They're going to reveal themselves. 2-tick now coming in for the chase. They got a minute to find these kills onto Wolves, though. So Wolves going to try and make a break away from this one. 2-tick Pop the F there, trying to get some damage off. Does have that ultimate available for them. Immediately trying to get the re-slam in. I don't actually think they got that shot down. And Zem is low HP. They're going to pop the hill with the zip to try and get themselves out. I don't think Two-Tick hit that F either. All three went wide there from Two-Tick, and that's the major point of this comp. Kind of failing there. Wolves breaking away. Zem, he's just on the run at this point. They've got 50 seconds to kite JDG into another team or away. Zem still being hunted. You can see the variant challenges used by JL, who's trying to get some points put together for themselves. Zem goes down. JDG able to get the heal off onto one player. EG inside the zone now has been spotted out by them, and JDG are going to be looking for the kill onto EG. EG now breaking away, but he is going down. There's the slam from the F. And JDG able to get themselves 8 kills on the board. Wolves potentially denied here. ZK running away. But while one door closes, another opens. JDG 9 kills. MVP is still within their grasps now.
But wait, they still have 2 players with Yang depletion.
Ah, no, they should only have 1, right?
Those portraits are still orange.
Yeah, someone picked it up. Whoever cleansed twice. That's what happened there. That's a fumble. They killed 2 Wolves players, so they should have been able to cleanse 2 people. But for whatever reason, they didn't. Unless that's a bug.
It could be a bug because only one of them's gone out.
Okay, it was a bug. Don't worry. I thought the most moronic thing I'd ever seen happen.
That would have been such a bad fumble for JDG. Oh my goodness. So if you're Alliance, like, you are getting more nervous and more nervous with every single team that goes down that is not Bowder. Bowder have been spotted out. They are currently just trying to reposition themselves. I believe they're the only cannonball composition team. So they do have to be careful, because once all of these teams in the area spot out a cannonball composition, everyone's going to want to turn on them. No one wants to let a Feria, a Yodo, or a Yushan live to final zone. And like you said, that's exactly what's happening. You are getting turned onto by every single player in the surrounding vicinity. Merciless Havoc into Tessa, into Viper Ultimate, and he disappears. He evaporates in a just puff of smoke that was JL's entire team, all inning on the Yodo Hime. Bowder lose one of the hyper carries. They still have the Yushan, they still have the Feria, but unfortunately for them, they do not have the Yoto. They might be able to pick Yiran up, but that revive, nope. They've just fully committed the survival. They've cut loose the Yodo. They're guaranteeing that the other 2 players are going to be able to survive in case anyone tries to backtrack over and see if they're looking to stick the revive. But that is going to make things a lot harder for this team to be able to find value with Cannonball when we head into all of these teams being grabbed into the same locations. JDG, in the meantime, picked themselves up a rebuff charm and were able to pick up that player who did not receive a soul bloom. That is one of the ways that you can mitigate Yang depletion. Just drop all of your loot, drop all of your coins, go in, find a way to either just die to the deplete or hit into corruption tick damage, cacti fields, fire cages, pretty much anything that does damage environmentally to you. And then you can buy them back, and it was like they never left to begin with.
Okay, so let's just take stock of where we are. Now we've got a scoreboard on the left at the moment. Bowder, realistically, MVP is very, very hard for them right now, but they're still in match point. So it's not the end of the world if they lose here. Alliance, obviously, we know about that. GG have now just surpassed that limit as well. Even though they're out, they are within a chance of making it in the next game, in game number 7. JL have now qualified as well. They have now passed that. Wolves with 9 kills in their pockets. They don't need this game to go much better. They just need to place well, and they should pretty much qualify. Maybe get an extra couple of kills to make sure you're 100% guaranteed. JDG, 8 kills, very close behind as well. There are multiple teams who thought game 7 should be their peak. No!
They were trying to play unnoticed, and Baintriff dropped directly on top of the building that Baido were hiding in.
Oh, Peak, that is so unfortunate. All right, well,
if ever there was a sign in the universe that the game wanted to go longer, then that probably was it. Baido is reduced to just the 1, because I think he actually went down on the outside instead of inside the building. So the Ferry is not going to be able to get the revive cleanly and unnoticed on the Yushan. Oh, that's so unfortunate for Baido. Yeah, there he goes. He bleeds out. And Baido are just down to the 1 Ferry. JL, in the meantime, with Aurora Burst, claiming and staking a claim in that particular space. like you said, like so many of these teams have surpassed that 74 marker. So for all of these teams, they're not really caring about going much further. Wolves need this game to go well. JDG also, with 8 kills potentially, might be able to hit into that threshold if they're able to get a couple more kills and a good kill score multiplier. It's all going to be about the teams that have to overcommit ultimates, because those are going to be the teams that everyone turns on to. We still have 2 Zai teams in play as well. Have they been spotted out, or have they been able to slip away unnoticed, like poor Bowder's Jing, who is currently just trying to play as quietly as he possibly can inside that building. There's a little bit of spy checking going on as everyone hits the inside of the building, sensing that there's a player potentially inside. They just want to make sure that that space has been cleaned before Wolves hop in to say hello. Oh no! I think this is where Bowder go down in this lobby. He's under so much fire. Wolves don't actually stick the chase onto him, but he's just so much pressure coming through from all of the teams in the area who are going to see low health targets and turn onto them. Unfortunately, that means that they're turning onto Wolves. ZK and EG going incredibly low. Jing forced into dropping into his Barrier V3. That paints a humongous target on his back. You can see the pulsar top coming through from Kaylee, looking to fry the mech's feet before he's able to boost away. The bow shot from CXE will be able to claim the kill, and Alliance breathe a huge sigh of relief, knowing that they are safe, that Bowder are not going to be able to walk with MVP and end the day. We go another game guaranteed.
Absolutely huge. 3 minutes left, and there is 5 teams left in this game, and all of which actually have the opportunity to take MVP. I say all of which. JL definitely don't, but JL don't mind. They are in MVP in the match points position for game number 7, which we are guaranteed at this point. Been an absolute banger of a game. DRG pressuring up here on to Wolves as they've taken down EG. Wolves have lost their sustain for this Zai comp, a crucial part of the comp. Now the Meteor, and I think that's Rupscale Orb on the cannon. JDG actually taking quite a little bit of damage inside that house that they're being forced out of, as the zone is going to slowly move over in their direction. Wolves now only down to the 2 players. This needs to be a good game from them if they want to make it towards that qualifying spot. They're so close. They just need good placement and a good kill multiplier, and they should pretty much be there. Remember, it's 74 points is where you need to be sitting at, but KLA, they're starting to climb up the ladder here. 13 kills for themselves. An absolutely brilliant comeback from them as one Fang goes down. JDG also able to secure themselves a kill. They are also close towards this MVP, towards this spot where Game 7 could just be their game. KLA, QGG opening up, trying to see if he can find an opportunity to get a kill onto 2tix. 2tix just juggled into the zone. He should be going down, able to blink away with just a sliver of HP. Somehow 2tix survives, but DRG able to put the final nail in that coffin with the cannon. WFZ able to secure the kill. Now Wushin98 gets caught out by the Hector from QGG with a longsword, securing himself the kill on that one. The Aurora burst as well, going off behind the side of the house as KLA are collecting kill after kill after kill. 15 kills for themselves in this one, as Wolves have been forced onto the low ground. Wolves have been forced into a precarious position as KLA secure yet another kill for themselves. They're up to 17. VVV inside the building, being caught in a 1v1 versus ZDI. JL versus JDG, getting the burst off. VVV trying to secure this, but KLA just come in and scoop away the kill. They'll be looking for another one. The armor ultimate has been burnt to make sure KLA win this fight, which they do, and KLA secure MVP for game number 6. We're going to game 7.